everyone. Welcome to the British Open 2021 final. Dave Causier against Sheehan. We're live from the Q Zone in Carlisle. It's a 90-minute match clock. Jumping in and out of commentary throughout. We'll be the duo of Chris Coombe and Darren Clark. Referee, this one, Angus McNally. I think there is a marker. The marker being Gavin Christie. Evening, Darren.
Yeah, looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's going to be a cracking matchup. If the semi-finals anything to go by.
Wow, unbelievable.
It certainly was. And it were unbelievable on both tables, don't mind just the stream one. So I can focus on this one, pass over to Chris.
Yeah, hi Darren, looking forward to this one. What a great couple of semi-finals we saw there. That match between Causier and Hall was going to be one of the best matches we've seen for quite some time.
Yeah, some unbelievable standard. Rob leading, I think, by around 400 points. And for Dave to pull that back and then to win quite comfortably towards the end there. Incredible. I think on the other semi, Sheehan was behind and finished with a 240 break.
Yeah, Peter also had Sheehan 75, 155 and 64 in that match. Beating Peter Gilchrist. And he also had a win over Peter in the last event, the Welsh Open, which to beat Peter twice is very good going.
Yeah, it just shows how good he is, really.
And like we were saying, Peter Sheehan has been out of the game for about 18 years, so to be back competing at this level is after only a short space of time, really, is it's very impressive. So wherever you are in the world, hope you're enjoying this, and please drop us a message in the chat to let us know where you're from. It's great to have all the viewers on board for this.
So Peter will be looking to get an early lead, I think. I think if you're going to beat Dave, you have to get away well. Obviously in that last match there, Rob did, but quite a comeback.
So waiting off yellow then to set up this drop cannon, hoping to get the balls to the top of the table. Can you get through to pop the red or a cannon? Played that nice and thick to try and keep the yellow near the spot. Looks like the spot's covered, so goes on the pyramid spot for now. Good chance early on here for Peter Sheehan.
Great camera angle there for top of the table. So Dave currently holds the highest break of 427.
So Peter's got the yellow tight on the top cushion, known as the postman's knock, top of the table. Looks like it's fairly central beyond the red spot, but you might be able to knock it away slightly here. Electing to keep it pinned there for the moment.
Just looking through the high break list. That the break that Peter Sheehan made in his semi-final match against Peter Gilchrist was his highest, 2-4-1 unfinished. Dave's made 427, 389, 315, 311 and 293 unfinished amongst many other breaks.
Great shot there of the pot red from Peter, just to stun the cue ball to leave a straightforward cannon. Push the red again towards the pocket, and then come out for another pot.
Both players in this match play at quite a pace, so I think Angus is going to need his skates on for this one.
Yeah, great to see Angus McAnally refereeing this match. Done a great job this weekend as Angus, as have all the referees. It's great to have their support. Hard work for both days, but they've refereed some great billiards, and I'm sure they've all enjoyed it. So 100 break then for Peter Sheehan, and still in excellent position, although just to say that, looks like he's got a bit of a cover now.
Commentators curse Chris.
Yeah. He's negotiated that nice run through Cannon very nicely. Let's see how he goes about getting the balls back to the top of the table. That yellow where he is not in the best position, though. That's just away from the side cushion, so he can play some sort of cannon, I think, to get it back in open play.
So a good start for Peter so far. You don't really want to leave that there. Surprising miss by Dave on that pot red.
Yeah, he's a great potter, isn't he, Dave Causier? Great at all parts of the game, but you don't normally see him miss too many pots.
Yeah, I think if you're a good potter, it's something that you could use to get yourself out of trouble. Just nudging that white there to leave the enough. So a few early misses here for both players. Maybe a bit of tension.
So Causier is in a double bulk situation here, and for those new to billiards, it means he can't play directly on the balls in bulk when he plays them in hand, but came off the side cushion, hitting outside of the bulk area and got a good cannon there. So if he can negotiate this position, oh, he's just gone right in behind there. Always a gap, isn't there?
Yeah, the times that happens is unbelievable, really. But yeah, just slip behind it. So they're enough to bring the yellow out of balk. It'll be interesting to see what he does with this yellow. Will he push it down behind the spot? Nudge the red over the middle? Try to control it a bit more, I think. So a good start for Peter, really. I mean, like we said, if you play Dave, you need to stick with him early on. If he gets in front, it's always difficult to catch him up.
Bit of a surprise there, though. I mean, wouldn't expect Peter to really miss that, but. I think we're sending in off white shortly to set up a drop cannon. One of the main ways they're getting the balls to the top of the table. Had to hit it a bit with a bit more pace out and off to just widen the angle slightly. But he's going to have to play another in off to just set up the drop cannon position. It's just gone a little bit too much into the centre of the table, the white. Managed to avoid the pot white at the same time.
Yeah, there's always a risk with that one where you drop them both in at the same time, but he's avoided it, as Chris said.
Here's the drop cannon that we're talking about. So you want to see that white go right in behind the spot if you can. And get nicely on the red, nice thick contact, set up a pot ideally.
So a chance now for Dave to get the balls down to the business end.
Taking the opportunity straight away to try and knock the white behind the spot. Looks pretty good from there, really. We often talk about the imaginary line through the red spot parallel to the top cushion, and looks like the white is up to that line now, and you can play another cannon just to knock it in behind a bit tighter.
So a good chance now for Dave. He's obviously just played on this table in the semi-final and made some sizable breaks, so he'll be looking to make a good contribution now. These top players make this look so easy, but trust me, it isn't. Isn't that right, Chris?
Yeah, there's so many skills, little touches aside, that positions and millimetres can affect, a millimetres difference in where the balls are can make a difference as to what shot they play. So, but fortunately with the spotted balls we can get a bit of an idea of what they're doing. Little touches aside can make all the difference to the position of the opponent's cue ball and the angle that the red takes in this top of the table play. And obviously the touch they need as well is, if you've not tried it before, like Darren says, have a go, and they really do make it look a lot easier than what it actually is. Excuse me, the white's just the side of the spot now, so let's see if he tries to maintain the top of the table play wherever he comes away slightly. Might be able to place a run through cannon here to gather the balls. Looks like he can play enough of cannon now to just push the white more in line beyond the spot. From there he can sort of carry on his floating white sequence, as we call it.
So those few shots there, I mean, that's the art of top of the table. Obviously he's come out of position and he's managed to get back there fairly quickly. So easy for it to go wrong, but he's back in action.
It's good if you're practicing top of the table. If you do stray out of position slightly, I guess it's good to practice trying to bring the balls back and realising when the position's lost and you have to sort of break away. Have a holiday, I think Jack Conham used to say in his great coaching videos that you can find on YouTube. Come away from the top of the table when you realise the position is not there. But no sign of Dave leaving top of the table at the moment. Just getting Angus McAnally to clean the cue ball here. Looks like he may have got a bit of a bad contact.
Speaking of holidays, I mean, sometimes when you play these top players you wish you were on holiday rather than sat there in your chair. But this is fairly level so far. 23 minutes gone.
Just caught that cannon on the white, just on the side of it, and as you can see, the white's just to the side of the spot, and now he can play underneath the white off the top cushion. I think he's got the angle for that. And as you can see, that pushes it back up level with the spot, as you can see it from that great camera angle. Like Darren says, all about recovery shots to try and just, you know, the position can just stray away slightly, and you're always trying to just improvise slightly, I think. unless it's... Obviously you see these top players have sequences where they're in absolutely perfect position, but they're always recovering the white and keeping it in good position to carry on the break.
Yeah, so our next event after this is the Scottish Open. That's at the end of January in a super venue in Kirkcaldy. Always enjoyable going up there.
Yeah, indeed, it's a great venue that, and always have great support from the Scottish players who often play in our WBL events. It's good for them to have a local venue as well, for them to support and do well in.
Yeah, next year potentially we've got a new interesting venue for the World Match Play in April. So keep your eyes peeled for that one.
Yeah, keep an eye out on all the World Billiards social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, website. You'll find all the latest news on there, and lots of other features and content, so take a look, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
So now mini drop cannon. Get them balls back at the top. That's worked out nicely. Is he on the red?
The white looks very close to the red spot. I think the red will spot, down, don't you think?
I think it will. You might see from another camera angle.
Yeah, I think if he was in any doubt there, he would have played for if the red went on the pyramid spot just in case, and played position with both. But Angus is looks pretty tight, but yeah, he's got it on there no problem. Obviously the red has to be able to go on its spot without touching the other ball, obviously, to get on the spot properly, else it would have gone on the pyramid spot.
So Dave's come from behind again, as he did with Rob. The way at which he just pulls these breaks together from seemingly nowhere, he scores so fast.
Yeah, absolutely incredible, isn't it? Of course, since our World Billiards calendar resumed following COVID, it's been really a successful time for Dave Causier. He won the Jim Williamson Open at the Northern Snooker Centre in Leeds back in August, and then followed it up by winning both the English Open in Reading and the Welsh Open in Llanelli. So he'll certainly be looking to add this final event before the Christmas break.
Got a message of support there from Peter Sheehan's sister. We agree, he's done amazing to get into this final, and we're really pleased to have him back playing. He's a great guy, and obviously a great player. But he's going to have to play really well if he's going to take this title and beat Dave. Break goes to 2-4-3. He doesn't look like he's going to miss any time soon.
Here we're about to see that recovery cannon again off the top cushion. Push the white back closer to the spot. One of the key shots really to maintaining runs at the top of the table. So Dave Causier approaching 300 and almost continuing in the same vein as the last match already in the semi-finals against Rob Hall. Looks like he's really in the zone now. 4.27 is the highest break that Dave made yesterday, and will that be in danger of being beaten here? Darren, do you think?
Is that red going to go on there? It will. Yeah, I mean, when you watch Dave and Peter and then the other players, Rob Hall, once they get into this position, you just can't see them missing, really. So there's every chance that that break, I would say, is in danger, but it's his own break, so there's definitely a chance that he can beat it. This is great scoring, really. I mean, we've been playing for, what is it, 34 minutes, and we've already got, say, 500 points scored.
There's absolutely nothing that Peter Sheehan can do about this. He's just going to have to stay in his chair, stay focused, which I'm sure he is. he knows that if he gets a chance, or when he gets a chance, I'm sure he will come back to the table. But how far behind he is the question. But I'm sure he'll be ready to take that chance when it comes along if he just maintains his concentration.
Yeah, in this sport, it's one of the things you can't do anything whilst your opponent's at the table. You just have to be ready when your turn comes. But it's not easy. I mean, you do get rusty when you're sat there. Obviously with this game there's a lot of rhythm involved and you can get a little bit rusty. There's no rust in Dave's game by the looks.
Each time he plays like cannon, always taking care not to pot the red, of course, and as you can see, it just came off the side cushion and left himself an angled pot to come above the balls again, and white to red cannon pushes it back more central beyond the spot. They don't normally like to have it completely dead centre behind the spot, because then it's sometimes tricky to get underneath the white to push it back towards the spot when it gets a bit close to the top cushion.
I think sometimes as well it can be slightly too close. You do need a little bit of space between the red and the object white. But Dave's making it look easy, as the top players do. One of Dave's strengths is just the ability to adapt to any table so quickly. He's getting the yellow clean there. Sip of water and we'll continue this break. 3-6-1 so far. One of our board members, Jim, couldn't be here this weekend because it's his wife's birthday, but what better way to spend your birthday, Patricia, than watching this World Billiards final here at Causier in Carlisle.
Yeah, happy birthday, Patricia, and hope you're enjoying it. Two great exponents of the game. And like I say, Dave Causier looking for his fourth World Billiards trophy since the events resumed this season.
So the pot red for 400.
Yeah, appreciative crowd here, knowledgeable about the game. And like I said before, it's great to see such great support from the Carlisle Billiards League. They've got a very strong player base, over 100 billiard players, I'm told. So It's great to see the game flourishing in this area, and they've really supported this event, playing and spectators as well. So great to see.
So we're approaching that high break target, 427.
And that pot red naturally leaves the correct angle for this cannon. That white pin to the top cushion, so each time he makes the cannon's full ball onto it, it's not going to move anywhere. And he's always positioning himself when the red goes on the spot in order to play that cannon and maintain that position. Will he choose to play the 3-6-9 here? No, he was able to pot the red and come away from the top cushion. The 3-6-9 is what we sometimes see if the players leave themselves a bit straight on the red. They leave a cross loser in off and then send the red up to the middle pocket and pot it again and come back to the top. But he's maintained the perfect sequence here, and
Really, so far, Peter Sheehan's not done a great deal wrong, but finds himself adrift of 400 and so points and counting.
So had quite a bit of right-hand side on that cannon just to make sure he got the correct contact on the white in order to keep it there. Just had to narrow the angle slightly, and again that white has not moved.
Just put that red and gone over to the opposite side of the table. So I think he'll be looking to get underneath that white. Start moving it towards that line like Chris said earlier. Maybe another little cannon, push it up a little bit more. I didn't quite have the angle. Time for a holiday, I think.
Yeah, coming away from the top of the table, and it's always interesting to see how these top players in the world go about getting the balls back there. He could go in off the white here and drop it beyond the spot and then pot the red from distance. Yep, looks like that's what he's playing, so in off white, drop it behind the spot, and then he shouldn't have any difficulty with this pot red, but care needed though, nevertheless. Played it with a bit of drag, I think, just to help keep the cue ball on course and play it positively, and back in prime position again. This is really a special 500 break approaching now, and say he's exceeded his previous high break of the tournament, which was the tournament highest of 427. We're really seeing something special here, so stay tuned and get comfortable, because I think we're going to be here for quite some time longer at this rate.
Yeah, if you're watching us live on Facebook or YouTube, what's your predictions? When does this break end? Will it end? Plus 500. your prediction, Chris?
Well, I wouldn't like to put the commentator's curse on him, but let's just say I can't see him missing anytime soon. Keeping the cue ball nice and close there to the red, not screwing back all the way to the cushion. These guys keep in such close control, and that's one of the things to watch out for if you're trying to improve and practice top of the table.
That red was a tiny bit on the high side, so he's played that pot with check side. Try and control his cue ball. Just looking through Dave's highest World Billiards breaks. 807 being his highest. 797, 747, and numerous others. His highest in practice is 1037.
So he's got a pot from distance here, just potted one earlier on, but he's played it with drag again. He's screwing behind the white here, and that's what he's done. So set up a nice position for a cannon here, white to red. And just screwed back far enough there. And again, nice and close control here, and should be able to get underneath the white shortly, push it back up towards the spot. Really going nicely here.
He's still flowing well. Looks to be in control.
Still plenty of time left in this match, 42 minutes, so time is not an issue here for making a really big break. So 2 pots to the red off the spot, and the red goes on the middle spot. Makes it no time to recover that white ball into perfect position. The opponent's ball knocking it closer back behind the spot again. Wants to leave the red over the middle, but looks like it's going in.
So across the 600 mark, yeah, better for that red to drop in, I think, than to go a bit high and leave no shot on the red. He's going to go around the table.
Really confident pot again. That was even that shot was not as easy as he made it look.
Has he got the angle? So he's looking like he's out of danger.
Cannon, push it right to the cushion, and they leave another cannon.
I'm sure Peter Sheehan is sat in his chair watching this, as we all are. Just admiring the break. Obviously he'd rather be at the table doing it himself, but I'm sure he'll be wishing Dave the best of luck to continue this break. Oh.
So unfortunate. What a great break though. 619 from Dave Causier and tapping the table there. What a great break that was. Oh, fantastic break, and like we were saying earlier, Peter Sheehan has been sat down for quite some time and he's not really had a chance to, not really had many chances at all really, and but just won't want to take any risks, just try and get back into this match and get balls in a good position.
Yeah, it's never easy when you've been sat down on the other side of a 619 break to come to the table and do something yourself. Peter's obviously capable, great player. It's Dave's back at the table.
That's a great shot there, playing the cannon, knocking the white behind the spots or near to the spot. But just breaking down at the in off there. It's not the position you want to be in when you've been sat down a long time, is it?
It isn't, but I think he should still have the cannon on here if he run the face on the yellow. There we go.
Yeah, well played. Never easy over that distance, but and Peter himself is a very fast scorer, just like Causier. Still 37 minutes left of this match, and if he can get the balls in good position, he's quite capable of scoring very fast himself.
Yeah, Peter's highest practice break is 8.94, and his highest break as a professional player when he was playing back before he restarted was 349. So he's more than capable.
Recently won the Merseyside Championship, I believe, and back to winning ways, and like we were saying, it's done very well, you know, to get back to playing at such a high level after a long time away from the game, and I'm sure he'll get even more consistent as the season goes on, and it's great to see him back. I know a lot of players, that, well, all the billiards community are delighted to see Peter back playing.
Yeah, and he's got his name on that famous trophy, hasn't he, Chris? After he won the English Amateur Championship.
Yeah, the John Roberts Trophy, and we saw that in Melbourne, of course, at the 2019 World Championship, and what an amazing trophy that is, and it's been used for different events over the years. It dates back to 1870, the first World Billiards Championship, and I believe Peter Sheehan won it in 1994 for for the English amateur, like you say, Darren, and to get your name on that trophy is something special.
Yeah, Peter was a professional from 1997 to 2003. Highest world ranking at that point was number 7 as a professional player. Travelled around the world playing billiards. I think at this stage he's trying to hold the table and he's missed that red, so Dave's back in. A little cannon here. Can he catch the top side of the red? Has he? He's playing it that way. Try to bring that red around the table. Just dropped in the middle.
Looks like I could just cut the white near the spot. Excuse me, cut the white near the spot here and leave the red on for a pot. And once again, he's back in perfect position, it seems, when the red goes back on the spot.
That red thought about not going in, but it's just wriggled its way into the pocket.
Of quick feathers on and deliver, isn't it? Nothing really that can go wrong, it seems. And, such a fluent, fast player, and it's we love watching Dave play. And, if you're just tuning in, Dave had a fantastic 600 break in this match, and back in perfect position again, and looking good at the moment. Yeah, so if you're enjoying this on Facebook or YouTube Live, and like we were saying, drop us a message. It'd be great to know where you're watching from, and put a message in the chat. It'd be great to hear from you. Message from Jeffrey Lingard, one of our regular referees and players on the World Billiards circuit. Hope you're well, Jeff, and enjoying. Unfortunately, couldn't be here this weekend, but I'm sure you've been watching. It's great billiards on display here. Just missed it by a whisker, I think. Malcolm from Cambridge. Hope you're enjoying it as well. Marav Pengelly from Plymouth. And you've been enjoying that great break. And the billiards on display this weekend has been fantastic, hasn't it?
Yeah, if you're a billiards player or a fan, referee, spectator, check out worldbilliards.com. Have a look at the calendar. Next stop for us is Scottish Open in Causier in January. Our events are open, so if you'd like to play, register an account and, as they say, come on down.
And even if you're not capable of playing billiards at this level that we're seeing here, don't worry, because not many of us can, but we all compete in these events, and it's great to see so many different players playing in these WBL events. And of course, we had a great field of 64 entries this weekend, which is really fantastic. So if you're thinking about giving it a go, why not? Like I say, the next event's up in Scotland, and if you've been watching this weekend on the streaming and you've seen all these great matches and wondering what you're going to do next week, well, we've got a lot of content on our YouTube channel, and well, you can watch back all the matches from this weekend, but during lockdown we also put together some other content, that interviews and recreation of shots, different challenges, and some other content on our World Billiards website as well. So head to YouTube or Facebook, you'll find it all there. And hello, Martin Schmidt from Vienna. Hope you're well, Martin. Great to hear from you.
One of the great things about our game is, obviously, it is open to anybody to play. So the chance for you to play literally the very best in the world, it's the same as you turning up at a tennis court to play Nadal or Federer. Step in a ring with Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury.
Not sure I'd fancy that, Darren, but...
Me neither.
Yeah, one of the great things about billiards, and certainly for me, well, I'm still learning the game, but being able to just speak to these top players and ask them about a particular shot. The billiards community are always willing to share their love of the game and any advice they can pass on, but there's a missed pot there, and be disappointed with that.
David Atkinson's tuned in again. Thanks for your comments, David. Hope to see you again soon. Around 500 points the difference with 27 minutes to go.
See the strong check side on that, but I think he's got a bit of a cover here.
You can see a Massey shot. It's going to go around the houses.
Left hand side, runner side on the cue ball, and looks pretty good this, I think. Excellent. Crowd appreciated that one.
Another great cannon there off the cushion. Very difficult to judge.
Yeah, one of the many skills of Dave Causier is just this incredible ability to play recovery shots, and in no time at all he's able to get the balls back in position from seemingly hopeless positions. red's gone a bit awkward on the side cushion there. Not much you can do with it from there, but you look at moving this white into a good position now to try and recover it.
So he's, I think he'll play the cannon now, try and contact that red to knock it towards the top pocket. There's no slip on these cushions really, so we just missed the left-hand side of it as we look.
Yeah, on a table that may have, another table could have, like say, slid a bit more and a bit narrower off of that cushion and sort of made the cannon, but all tables do play slightly differently, and you'll be a bit disappointed there, Peter, to see that yellow disappear. And just also a big thanks to our sponsors this weekend who supported this British Open. It's very fortunate to have the support of Causier and of course the venue here in Carlisle, and H&H Reeds and the Carlisle District Billiards and Snooker League. Thanks a lot for your support, and it's great to have you on board and help make this event the great success it has been. And of course, we should also mention great work by Sam at TYP Live, who's been streaming our last few events, and great to have you on board, Sam, and great work this weekend.
Yeah, I hope everyone's enjoying it.
Lucky to have different camera angles, and so we can see everything that's going on here. So a safety miss, which of course players can do. 2 points penalty, but not wanting to risk disturbing the balls. David's not really got a very easy shot here, but there's no guarantees of position even if he gets it. But that white is it on the line. Angus McAnally, the referee, just have a look to see if it's playable hand, which it is. So pushing the white up the table, cannon on the red. White behind the spot, white near the spot. That was his intention, I think. Get on the red, and in no time at all he's developing this position. So a short Jenny here, plenty of left-hand side on the cue ball. Help it into the pocket of the jewels, and played that well.
Alex Dunn's watching down in Wales. Hi Alex. So Dave just taking care there to hit the right hand side of the white, so it stays close to the billiard spot. Just potting that red, and just a little cannon now, and trying to get himself into another good position. So just punch that one in.
Hi to Mark Hill and Mel Oaks who are watching on their way home on the A1M, making the long journey back home. I think Mel was saying it's going to take him about 6 hours, but thanks a lot for your support, and great to see you both this weekend.
Yeah, safe journey, guys. For Dave now to push that white close to the spot.
And if you're just tuning in, as we were saying, the next event on WBL circuit is the Scottish Open in January at Sticks in Kirkcaldy. So have a look at wildbilliards.com for all the information, and that should be a great event. 29th and 30th of January, and also later on in the season in April we've got the World Match Play Championship, and we'll be announcing soon the venue for that, and like I say, it's still to be announced, but it promises to be an excellent venue that we'll be heading to, so stay tuned for that. Hi to Steve Caniford. How you doing, Steve? Awesome billiards, yeah, it certainly is, Steve, isn't it? Great to hear from you, Steve. And Dave on 70, and could well see yet another 100 break from him. Yeah, Peter Tank got the dates not quite confirmed yet. We'll be announcing those shortly. They will be in April, but we'll confirm that for definite soon, and all details upon the website when that is announced shortly. So 19 minutes to go, and Peter will just be hoping to get another chance and just sort of finish the match with a bit of the rhythm that we know we can play, but that we know Peter can play, but obviously it's out of his reach now.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice if Peter could make a nice break for himself. Great player, and as we said, it's great to have him back.
Yeah.
He's come up against Dave today in fantastic form, and there's not many players that can handle Dave when he plays like that, really. The Teesside Tornado was on site today.
Yeah, the scoring machine.
Angus has done a great job refereeing this final. Recently joined the World Billiards Board.
Many skills has Angus has, hasn't he? Many years in TV and radio, and I've seen many of his card tricks, as I'm sure you have, Darren, but great referee, and all-round great guy, and like I say, he's recently come on the board of World Billiards as well. All the referees have done a great job this weekend. Just also mention Philip Brook, one of our regular referees. Unfortunately couldn't make it this weekend, but I'm sure he'll be back to normal in January, and hope you keep him well, Philip, and we're certainly missing you at these events the last couple, but I'm sure we'll see you back very soon.
Yeah, at times it's a bit of a thankless task, but guys do a great job, and we couldn't do it without them, really.
Yeah, if you're thinking about taking up refereeing, you've got the best view of the action. Being able to watch all these top players from such close position, you can certainly learn a lot, that's for sure.
Yeah, best seat in the house, they say. So Dave's score now is approaching 900. In an earlier round, Dave actually got close to scoring 1,000 points within the 60-minute time frame, which is incredible scoring.
Out of this world, isn't it, really? Thanks for your comments, Richard Stotts. Glad you've enjoyed it, the coverage this weekend.
So Jason Marsh asking, has anyone other than Peter Gilchrist in Geet Sethi made 1,000 break at billiards and a 147 break at snooker? And luckily we've got Peter Tankard at hand to comment. Pankaj Advani, Rex Williams, Mert O'Donoghue have all achieved 1,000 break at billiards and a 147 at snooker. Quite a feat.
Yeah, hi Peter, thanks for your input there. Great to have your knowledge on the comments there. Hope you're enjoying it, and yeah, what an exclusive club that is, 1,000 break at billiards and a 147 at snooker. And yeah, Rex Williams is one of the names, and actually had the pleasure of interviewing Rex Williams last year, and you can have a read of that on the World Billiards website. Find out more about his career. I was very fortunate to speak to him. Stun cannon there, sending the red across to the opposite top pocket. "13 minutes to go. Still plenty of time to cross the 1,000 mark and points in this match from Causier.
So we'll see a drag cannon here, I think, trying to keep that white close to the spot, push the red over to the pocket. Enough white to leave the drop cannon.
So break ends at 128. It's in off from Peter Sheehan now. It's slightly wide, so having to force it a bit, but so it's very difficult when you've been sat down for long periods, and nevertheless, in a great tournament, Peter Sheehan, and as you said, it's great to see him back in a major final. I'm sure we'll see much more of him as the season goes on.
So a little chance now for Peter to show us what he can do. Great to see him make a break, but that's gone a bit awkward really, not ideal. Nice connection on the red. Yellow's travelling towards the top. So that was a good shot.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure he left himself on the red there, wasn't it? That was kind of the main priority, but as you said, the yellow's gone into a bit of a handy position. Dave's just popped to the bathroom. We'll be back very shortly. Just walking past. So he'll be heading back into the room very shortly.
Not long left now in this final. Obviously we know the outcome. Fantastic 619 break by Dave Causier, which has done the damage and also taken the high break prize.
Yeah, great performance from Dave all weekend. Just fantastic billiards.
So this is that method we spoke about earlier to get to the top of the table, for those that were watching yesterday. Pushing the white down behind the spot.
Yeah, I believe the great Walter Lindrum used to advocate that method, and if it's good enough for Walter, I think it's good enough for most of us, I think. But it is a bit safer, I think, isn't it? Dropping the white behind the spot and then potting the red. Drop cannons are always slightly fraught with danger. You never really know exactly how they're going to finish. They can always have a risk of a cover, for example.
Score passes 1,000. It's been some great billiards this weekend. So I think the World Championships, the World Match Play in April, there'll be a lot of players there that feel like they can do well.
Yeah, of course, the World Match Play is a 100-up format, played over a number of games, best of format. So there's also slightly different rules when it comes to playing from in hand after your opponent has potted your ball. So basically there's no pot white and double bulk situations.
Yeah, it's great to have everyone back playing. Hopefully in April we'll see some of our friends from India and overseas. So it's going to be a really strong field of players out there.
And like we were saying, venue will be confirmed very soon, and but promises to be excellent. Yeah, it's been a long time, hasn't it? We were out of the game and not able to play, lockdowns and so on, and I'm sure everyone was affected in some way or another. It was obviously a very difficult time for all, and but it's great to be able to play these events, and hopefully as time goes on the travel situation will become easier and we'll be able to see some more of our international players make the trip and have more events and different venues.
Well, I've been chatting. Obviously Dave has gone about his business. We head into the century mark again.
He's a relentless scorer, isn't he? There's no sign of easing up at all, and yet another. I thought the last 100 break we saw was probably the last of the tournament, but that's I was wrong there, because we've seen yet another century break, 101 and counting. 4 minutes to go, and Dave in full flow can score a century in 4 or 5 minutes. So if he stays in control here, he could certainly get near 200.
Not long to go now in this British Open final. Great performance by Dave.
Pot in the red to run through to leave the cross loser, what we call the cross loser. Losing hazard is another term for in off. Sending the red up towards the middle pocket area for a pot, what we call the 3-6-9 sequence.
So far this season, Dave's picked up the titles, and in this form he's going to take some beating, I think.
It's been a great weekend here, and Q Zone in Carlisle, and we've seen some great billiards, and of course that semi-final earlier between Dave Causier and Rob Hall. If you missed it, it's worth watching back on the YouTube recording or Facebook. It's that was really a terrific match, and of course earlier in this match, the final, we had a great 600 from Causier.
What about that for Q power and Q
exhibition
action?
shots. And looks very likely that Dave is going to finish with an unfinished break. Bob Williams, the TD, has appeared, I can see. So I'm sure he'll be calling time very shortly. Great performance from Dave, and hope you've all enjoyed it. It's been fantastic. And just missed as the bell went. But a fantastic performance there from Dave Causier, British Open champion, his 4th title this season, unbeaten so far, and very well done to him. Well done to Peter Sheehan for getting to the final, and Angus McAnally will be doing a presentation shortly of the trophies, so stay tuned. And from Darren Clark and myself, Chris Coombe, bye for now. Thanks for watching.
You'll be all right, Sarah. Yeah, yeah.
This side here for the camera for the screen. How's that looking?
Yeah.
Chris clears the zone. Angus McInerney. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for a fantastic weekend of billiards here at Q-Zone in Carlisle. I think we've witnessed an incredible competition. Those of you who saw the semi-finals and the final will be amazed at the quality of what you saw. But first of all, I want to move to the Challenge Cup, which is a very, very important part of the weekend for those of us mere mortals who love picking up a cue and playing the wonderful game that is billiards, in the hope someday that we might emulate the stars that we see in the finals and the semi-finals of these great tournaments. First of all, the runner-up, and a big congratulations to Dave Gillingham. And the winner, the man who knows where to go for a good meal when you're down Southampton way, it was Terry Azor. A huge thank you to the tournament director here, Mr. Bob Williams, has done such a fantastic job over the and to all of the referees, I won't mention myself, but all the great referees we had. I want to mention one man in particular. As you know, there aren't enough referees for all matches at all times, and we ask for volunteers who get a modicum, enough to buy a pint, I suppose, to do a refereeing job. But one man who always gives his time and actually willingly comes forward and says, I know I've done 3 or 4, but can I please come and do another one? A man who has the heaviest hair that I've ever seen in my life. A man, it's taken him 17 years to get it washed. It's incredible. When he goes through customs, they have to weigh him to see how much he's carrying in his hair. He's an extraordinary man. Dave, I want to say, Dave, thank you so much for coming. Okay, and so to the main competition, an extraordinary day. Some great playing on all of the tables, and then we got to the semi-finals. Peter Gilchrist, one of the finest players ever to pick up a cue, 100 and something ahead with about 15 minutes to go, and the brilliant Peter Sheehan, a man that we're thrilled and delighted to see make a return to billiard playing, because he's such a loss not to have on a table. Knocked in a 200 something unfinished to knock out the wonderful Peter Gilchrist. Our runner-up in the final, ladies and gentlemen, please make him welcome, please get him back playing to the very best high standard that we know he has, because it is great to have somebody like that back in the game. The fantastic Peter Sheehan. And so to the winner of the tournament, and indeed the winner of the last tournament, and indeed the winner of the tournament of the one before that, and indeed the winner of the tournament of the one before that. A man who's loved by everybody who plays billiards and hated by everybody who plays billiards because of the standard that he shows. An extraordinary semi-final, brilliant play by Rob Hall to go 450 points ahead in about 3 visits, where Dave simply was doing nothing wrong, couldn't do anything, and there was about 35 minutes left. And Dave got one opportunity, made it 300 and something, and then another break to finish. An extraordinary play there, and you've just witnessed a rarity. I think not too many people get to see a 600 break live, and that's what he did. So he's going to win the high break as well. What was it, Kevin? 619. Absolutely fantastic. The winner of the British Open, one of the finest players ever to pick up a cue. And I think he's such a genuine, great guy. And I suppose because he's so serious at his billiards, some people think he's a bit narky from time to time. I don't find him that, but I suppose he's entitled to be a bit narky if he wants to. But he is the brilliant star, the wonderful cueist, and the winner of the 2021 British Open. I give you Mr. David Causier. And also the cup, Dave. You can have that, but you give it back, okay? We'd like to ask Dave to say a few words. He's very shy normally, but I think we can inveigle him into saying a few words.
I don't really know what to say. Obviously the standard's been extremely high this week. I think everyone's enjoyed it. Peter, you've been awesome. You've only been back playing 3 months, mate. And you've done me head in already, so not playing. Safe trip with everyone. Let's have a good Christmas and see everyone in Scotland. Thanks a lot.
The winner, ladies and gentlemen, was Dave Causier. And don't forget, on the World Billiards YouTube channel, you can find all the matches that have been streamed so brilliantly by Sam and the streaming service. It's fantastic to go back and look on and to learn from them. Please do come along if you can to Kirkcaldy or watch it on the streaming. Let's get young people playing billiards again. I've just recently joined the board of World Billiards, and I'm also on the board in Ireland of SBI. And I'm delighted, I'm very proud that we had an Irish marker, Kevin Christie, marking, and myself an Irish referee today at the British Open. That's fantastic. So please do get young people playing. If you know people who know how to play, please do. We're going to try and encourage. I'm working actively hard on getting a tour, certainly around Ireland and hopefully here as well. Sean Murphy now lives in Dublin, is very keen on the idea of doing a bit of a road tour in the clubs around Ireland in exhibition mode. I'm trying to get to play a best of 5 snooker with Dave and with Sean, and then maybe a 500 match in billiards. Sean is a 300 rate man in billiards from his youth. So he's very keen to do it. I'd love to get Peter Gilchrist and Peter Sheehan playing against Ronnie O'Sullivan or Judd Trump, because I think their skill set, as you saw today, is equally matched to what they do on the green base. It's a wonderful game. Some people think it's an elitist game. It is a bit in that one Irish guy who's been playing it for 40 years passed away a couple of years ago, but it's so misunderstood that his wife, who's watched him play billiards for 30 years, came in one day to a tournament on the phone to her daughter saying, I think it's nearly over, there's only 1 red left. So we need to educate people about billiards and get them playing. But thank you so much to Q-Zone here, our hosts for the weekend. It's been fantastic, we've had a great time. Safe travel, mind how you go, spread the word, and we'll see you in Kirkcaldy in January. God bless and good night, thank you.
Seriously, so now what's the name? Give me the belt for. Come down to the unit. Yes.